Hi everyone, and welcome to the Book Refuge, and welcome to my most anticipated books of summer video. So first things first, most of these are going to be sequels or prequels or things like that, because those are the things that I know that I'm looking forward to coming out. Also, for me, summer is going to consist of June, July, and August releases. I don't have the exact release dates like written down on my paper just because I didn't want to take the time to do that, but all these are coming out in the next 3 months. Also, I'm really excited. I just signed up for the Amazon affiliate program because a few of you who watch my videos mentioned that you do buy a lot of the books that I suggest. You know, I'm willing to take whatever I can get that helps me purchase more books. So if you're interested in any of these, you want to pre-order any of them, I will have links down in the description. If you go through them to purchase, I will get, a small commission off of those, but don't feel any pressure. I'm just here to suggest good books to you. It doesn't hurt me one whit if you don't purchase these or whatever, but that's something I'm going to start doing in my videos, is that the books that I mentioned will be linked down below. So if you end up filling your shopping cart with those, it'll be great for both of us. So let us get started with the books that I'm excited for this summer. So the first one is Charming Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is book 7 in the Like Us series, which is the sequel series to the Calloway and the Addicted to You series by the sisters who write together. This series is about this family that kind of became famous like the Kardashians in a certain way. And then this series is about their children, and oh, it's just so good. This next one is a male-male romance again, and is about 2 other people in a series. And then other one that's not coming out to the fall, so it's not in this video, that one's gonna be a menage, and I'm so excited to see how Krista and Becca do a menage. I'm here. Next, I have to mention Gifting Me to His Best Friend, which will be Katie Robert, her next taboo treat that will be coming out, or a touch of taboo. I can't remember what she's going to be calling hers, but this is going to be coming out in July, and I am so excited. It's going to be Christmas in July. This is going to be, I don't know if this is going to be a menage or if it's just threesome. I'm not sure how that's going to go yet. I'm excited to see, or if, I'm pretty sure at least it'll be voyeur, if nothing else. So I love Katie Robert. I love her twisted little mind. I love everything that she writes, and I absolutely cannot wait for this book. Also, her covers in this series are just beyond gorgeous. They're so beautiful. Next, True Life by Jay Kristoff. This is the 3rd and final book in the Lifelike trilogy. I actually have an e-arc for this book that I still haven't read yet, which I'm disappointed in myself, but it's just hard for me to read sci-fi and fantasy in arc form. Like, unless it's a book that I absolutely have to have, I don't always get to the arcs beforehand, so it's kind of a bummer. But this series started as kind of like an Anastasia retelling, and I can't tell you any more than that because the second book just completely blew that out of the water in a different way, but I don't want to spoil it for you, but I absolutely loved it. So you should definitely check out the first one in this series if you haven't started it, but this comes out soon. Then I have The Shadow Wand by Lori Forrest, and I am so excited for this book to come out. This one will have had almost 2 years between the first and the second book. I read this book, The Black Witch and The Iron Flower, all the way at the beginning of 2019, so it's been over 1.5 years since I've read them, and this series is very hard to explain. I actually mentioned them in my favorite romantic fantasy video that either just went up or will be going up, where I'll go into a lot more detail about the series, but this is going to be the 3rd one in the series, so I don't want to spoil it if not, but it comes out in June, which very excited for that. This series has all the magical creatures. It has lycans and dragon shifters and witches, and the witches kind of rule everything, and they've been very oppressive and cruel to the other magical beings, but it's good. I just love the growth in the main character. She's almost unhandleable. I don't know what else to say, or like, you just can't stand her in the first book, and then her growth is so sweet. So if you can put up with her in the first book, which I know a lot of people have problems with her, the arc is so worth it. Like, it's so good. It's beautiful. Then Classified by Ella Frank and Brooke Blaine. I always mess up their names, so I had to look down. This is the third and final book in the Danger Zone. Is the Danger Zone the first one? It might not be, but anyway, it's a trilogy that's a male version of Top Gun, and this book was already supposed to be out, and then it got delayed, which it's fine with me. But this is two alpha males who are in the NAFTA program, learning how to be fighter pilots, and it's so good. It was so sexy. The first two books are already out. You can read them. They are amazing. I love Brooke Blaine and Ella Frank. They've written a ton of books that I love by them. Most of them are all male, and I adore them. They're so good. I love them. Then A Touch of Stone and Snow by Milla Vane. This is the second book in a Gathering of Dragons series. I have talked incessantly in the past few weeks about this series, and the sequel comes out this year. The third one will actually be out at the end of the year even. So she's really pumping these books out this year, and they are so good. You want to get on this train, guys. These books are luscious. The fantasy world is rich and deep, and also they have beautiful romances in them. The first one is very dark and twisted and hard to handle. The second one is a lot sweeter. It's a second chance romance, but it's all set in the backdrop of this beautifully rich fantasy world that is going through its own struggles. So think of a Game of Thrones world where the romance is the most important, and it's not, well, it is still pretty twisted, but it's beautiful. And there's happy endings for people. So there's that. Then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. We're finally getting this reimagining from Edward's point of view. And if you were a twihard when you were young, you probably at least read the first chapter of this book. If not, secretly went onto her website and read the first 11 chapters that she had written. And, you know, I did that. That was me. I really loved it. And I'm excited because I'm excited to read this, even though I don't know if I can go back. I haven't done my Twilight reread yet, and I'm nervous about how I'll feel. But also, I've always been someone who can just enjoy the story for itself. So I think I should be able to read it without, you know, I'm sure I'll cringe a little bit, but it's okay. I'm excited for this because reasons. And then the last one I want to talk about is The Burning Kingdoms by Sally Green. This is the third and final book in the Smoke Thieves trilogy, which is a very unique story. It almost borders on new adult because there is graphic death and lots of swearing and some graphic, there wasn't graphic sex, but there was like graphic mention of sex, right? So it hasn't happened yet, but it's been talked about, if that makes sense. So there's that. I really loved this series. It's not a like 5-star for me, but I like it. It has that, we have 5 different perspectives that we're following. One is a princess who her family has betrayed her, and so she is betrothed to this man in another kingdom, and she doesn't want to marry him because she's in love with her guard, but she has to do it for her family. And then things happen. I don't know how else to describe this series, but the first one is The Smoke Thieves, and it's really fun, and I'm excited to see how it wraps up, because I think that will determine if it stays in a really good position in my head or not. So those are all that I'm going to talk about today. Oh wait, no, I forgot one, the most important. The Bride Bet by Tessa Dare comes out in August. Whew, I almost forgot about that. I am so excited for this book. This is the 4th book in the Girl Meets Duke series, and I don't even remember what this one is about. Like, I don't need to know what these books are about. If it's Tessa Dare, I'm there, I'm reading it, it's happening. So make sure you get these all on your list. Pre-order these if you want to. Make sure you check out my links down below if you're interested. Don't feel any pressure. But yeah, I'm really excited for all of these. I look forward to talking with you about them when they come out. Thanks so much for watching. I put up 3 to 4 videos a week, and you can watch some more of them right now. Bye!